How on earth do I give myself bullets? I mean, I do know, what I did was use the starting bonus if I were really in need, as we get a Zal here, or actually medical history here. I would have given myself 3 cases of extra ammo, but obviously the starting bonus can be given bullets. I was just trying to give bullets through an event instead, and for some reason I couldn't do so. So, even with base vanilla modding, although maybe I was doing something wrong, I was a little tired. I am a little tired right now, and for some reason I didn't think to ask the community, so it's already too late. I've gotten the workaround, so for timestamp's sake, as we get into Aaron medical history with a custom character, a new custom character. And if anything breaks, then it's the character. But otherwise, we're working, so I added this item as well. Not the greatest drawn one. In fact, I should have credits somewhere, but if I don't, just know that these are basically commercial-free assets. Yeah, and that's all I really have to say. Hello from overseas in the late 1800s, maybe. I don't know, remember if the Colt revolver was created in the late 1800s, but don't hurt me, robots. Strength, charisma, because weird things can happen. Charisma, dexterity, no. Every single stat check, second mystery, and maybe Takushisan. And yeah, let's go on. Yeah, but so what I was saying is, so you can give your a custom character a starting bonus, but this character already has 2 starting bonuses, which is the gruesome totem. What I ended up doing is swapping the gruesome totem to the extended modding bonuses, which I could have given the gruesome totem in the event, but you get what I'm trying to say. Through the event, nor through the extended modding, for some reason I couldn't figure out how to give myself bullets, and that's all I was asking. Festival, Metamorphosis, Botanist, Labyrinth, and Taxi. So, without further ado, this is the weapon for today. I did just use the pocket pistol as a template, and then just filled everything in myself. But yeah, we have Metamorphosis, we also have Labyrinth, and yeah, that's going to be pain. We also have Taxi as well, but it's not so much of a worry compared to Metamorphosis. In fact, Taxi might still be harder, but because I'm going to ask myself a question, I'm going to see if Taxi is indeed, quote-unquote, easier than Metamorphosis. Otherwise, we'll prepare for funds and be on our merry little way. Forgot to grab the funds from the thingy-majiggy, but it's fine. Last but not least, police station. So, high threat level downtown, max mansion, max seaside, and I forgot what the other mysteries were. I hope I don't have vigil. So the funny thing is, because I wanted to test the Colt revolver just to make sure it was working properly. I haven't shot it, but I did attack with it, and I happened to roll 2 of the same number for Aaron and got my shoot action sped up twice in a row, like literally back-to-back investigations. But because I wasn't recording that, well, then, yeah, all you have is my word on that. Now, that being said, if I believe, I've mentioned this before, I'll say it again now, if I believe in my RNG being as, at least variety-friendly, content-friendly as it is, then I don't have to wait. So, hey, we also just got extra ammo there, but hey, we didn't need the extra ammo, we'll use it, because this is the, again, this Colt revolver weapon that, again, I made myself, yeah, it's gonna be a thing. I completely forgot extra ammo gives you 3, but that's because extra ammo is not often used, and I don't even remember if you can get that item in base World of Horror, aside from buying it outright. What I mean by that is that an event doesn't drop it. But, hey, so, yeah, so the first fire action is gonna be quicker. I think I made a mistake. That must mean that it's also, oh, no. That's right. It's meant to be that way. So, yeah, your first fire action is just super, super quick. But the second one, on the other hand, is not as quick. Now, this doesn't help me as much because I still can't one-shot this encounter, so the tragedy of firearm weapons in World of War. Now, again, if you want to give some lore explanation, it's that, well, in general, firearms are probably not going to be effective against eldritch monsters. Heck, maybe this replacement driver has an eldritch monster inside of them, but yeah, not really much else to say. Otherwise, I can give myself more ringing ears, but do I really want to do that? No. So, we're just going to... Can I get 2 stacks of ringing? I guess let's find out. Let's find out, because I don't use firearms a lot. So, 70%, we'll gamble on that. And the answer is no. So, as we grab a map here, because we don't need this fatal flora for a moment, unless I run into a plant enemy, but that's a different story. Yeah, let's just equip the map and hopefully get some doom decrease as well. We also get a flare gun as well, on top of everything, but these cigarettes are still more important. In fact, this gruesome this character starts with a pretty strong, this character starts with pretty strong bonuses, by the way. Gruesome Totem and a Thotu Flame. So a Thotu Flame not as much, but definitely Gruesome Totem. Because if you don't have Akamanto in your run, you get, that's 10 Doom that you get. We can stack Ringing Ears by way of Aaron, but you can't stack them by way of shooting. So we're stuck here, by the way, so there's not much I can do. So you know what? I'm just going to run through the trees and be on our merry little way. We take an extra stack of burn for it, but we can get rid of that. Yeah, especially if we grab the figurine fund. Also, where did my other fund go? Well, it's fine at this point, so we'll put on some more flamboyant clothing, attire, and let's move on with our lives. I didn't know what version of the word I wanted to say. Into Metamorphosis I go. So, Metamorphosis, and yeah, let's try to get rid of these burns. So I'm going to prepare twice. I'm sure burn, if I recall correctly, because it's been a while since I treated them for some reason, or maybe not, but I do have a bandage, but we also want to get rid of the thing. So, yeah, funny enough, bandage actually coming up in clutch. Consistent injury recovery, because while you can't get discharge summary, you can avoid hasty aid. And if this hasty aid turns into cut artery, I promise you it's going to get really, really bad. I just realized that as we roll an 11 on strength there, yeah, we are in Metamorphosis, so we want to put the police patrols in the seaside, but otherwise, yeah, we might go look for a cigarette or another pack of cigarettes at the vending machine, but for the moment, and yeah, this is not the fastest weapon in the world because I did scale this revolver off dexterity, I'm pretty sure, just actually to make sure, because I know there's separate options. Oh, broken nose. I know there's separate options, so 70, yeah, 70 speed. Well, that's what it says, but hopefully I changed it right. 5 dexterity, so 5, 15, actually. Oh no, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So, 55 time units and a whole lot of wishing. We have painkillers for this, but might worry are the injuries that I can proc. So, could shoot this encounter. In fact, I can, don't I? Can I? In fact, I should have, because I won't get any more stacks of Ringing Ears. Never mind, I lied. That's right, Ringing Ears only last for a mystery. But I mean, our first shoot action during an encounter is always going to be very, very quick. So, yeah. It's not noon at all, but hey. Strength, dexterity. Dexterity? No, strength. Yeah. It's... the brace is still more... still more helpful. We get bloated for our trouble, but it's not like that does anything to us too much. I was gonna think of something else, but hey. Also, yeah, so 6 ammo on a weapon that does have a faster shoot action, like very fast shoot, like literally has to be at minimum, or yeah, slowest, it can be 50 time units. Then you will feel the power of shoot. Because usually your fire weapon action is like, yeah, 120 time units. Well, this is with Ringing Ears, but you get the point. It's not likely you'd pull off 2 fire actions that are worth anything. Now, I did power up the fire damage from this, from the Colt revolver, but that's not my greatest concern at the moment. I also forgot to pop the pack of cigarettes, so I guess it's time for an Thotu Flame. And we have to toss something at this. Otherwise, no, we have literally no other recourse. Do we have a thing? I realized how bad of a situation I'm in right now. Are we gonna be okay? No, we're not gonna be okay. Well, can I throw this map? I can. It probably does no damage. I'm gonna throw it anyway. Might as well find out. Yeah, does 0 damage, and we are in trouble. So my next question is, do I get to brace into anything? Primarily, do I get to brace into trade 2 reason? The answer is no. So I guess we have to go for dodge instead. Can we even do that? We can. Is it the first one in an encounter? Yeah, the first shot. Which I don't want to do. And we can't even kick, so dodge. This character has low dexterity, but still. Can I do some trick action, like brace? No, because then I have to trade reason twice. So what I was thinking of doing was using a Thotu Flame. But I still need 3 stamina to survive, and I'd have to do some weird mumbo jumbo. Because if I forget a Thotu Flame, then it's fine. So I'd have to forget a Thotu Flame, but then cast it after I pray. But then I have to forget a Thotu Flame in the span of like what, 15 frames, which is not going to happen. So yeah. Actually, we can pop these cigarettes. Yeah, we can do that. So I think we can do this. So what we do is we pray twice. I will heal up to 3 stamina. I use the Though Flame. No, we won't have enough because we're going to brace and take -1 all, so that will leave me at 1 reason. And when I cast the Though Flame, we run into issues. Unless I forget it, but again, you get the point. It's not good either way. Well, I really have no recourse, do I? Like, literally nothing. And I don't think Nicotine Rush affects me this turn. No, it does not. Yeah, so that Ringing Ears really is hurting me here. In fact, it caused me to lose this run, because dodge is not fast enough here. Buffed dodge, by the way. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we don't have any other choice. Like, no other options are available to us. Yeah, actually, no, there are no other actions available to us, because even if we could cast Though Flame twice and do something, and I don't want to throw the Colt Revolver, although that's probably going to be what we have to do if I want to survive this run, but you know what, I'll just do another run. But otherwise, I mean, I guess we can just do Case in Point. We might even just miss this shot regardless. But yeah, we'll do this. And we do question mark survive, but yeah, we'll play this run out. I'll do a second run though. So if we get our stamina back, we can take Labyrinth now. The problem at this moment is that we no longer have a weapon. So unless we find the Colt Revolver in the legal den again, although I don't remember how much it costs. So because I did allow it to be obtainable in the legal den, but the answer is no, so we'll grab this Q stick instead. So the rest of this will be a Q stick run. Nope, I didn't mean to do that. Why did I do that? Well, we have another makeshift dexterity weapon, but that's not the problem I'm having. But yeah, we'll speed through this run and try again. No, I didn't mean to visit the school. I'm going crazy. Help! Lost Soul Mask. Blood Frenzy, unequip. Use unequip. But we get -1 max reason, which I don't really care. So, yeah, that can make a difference in very few situations, but usually you're not going to worry as much. Also, I was just informed that each of these dogs is forced to do 1 damage apparently, or well, that's not the exact phrasing, but that's what I assume is the case. If it's not the case, well, correct me if I'm wrong, so we're just gonna live like this. I think we just even equipped the Soul Mask just to try and do something cool, as our offensive actions get slower and our dodge actions are slower. So if we were already gimped in our run from so many debuffs, then boy oh boy, are we even more debuffed now. So I really don't think we can do anything good. I mean, we'll gamble, but that's all we can do. How was I going to defeat this encounter with the Colt Revolver, by the way? 40 HP? Yeah, that's not great. This is a lot of dodges to do, but we're missing every attack anyway, so we might as well just be going positive. Oh my goodness, the biggest bug in the world! But yeah, let's reset this run. I wonder why that happened. Anywho. Yeah, off we go. Hit quick play. We hit quick play just to see what we get, but hopefully we don't fight 3 bosses back to back to back and get Ringing Ears left, right, and center, along with 2 burns and a bunch of slower actions. Yeah, that being said, you know what? For the sake of displaying more of the Colt Revolver, we're on Colt, let's not play on Aaron this time. And actually go for a more consistent run. Aaron is interesting, but for the sake of consistency, more consistency with weapons at least, yeah, let's equip the Colt Revolver. Again, repeat question, I only know how to give myself bullets through starting bonuses, not through events or things. I mean, I could have asked in the community. I probably can do so after this video, but hey. Knowledge, second mystery, second encounter, charisma, Takshisan, and maybe a dexterity check. Yeah, dexterity check. But if things don't look good, we're just going to increase strength. Of all the spells, I get another Though Flame. We can do it again, but we can use the notes again. Yeah, that's just as useless. So, we'll bath regardless. We already bath. I'm going crazy. We'll keep it in our spell loadout, but That's not the phrasing I wanted to use. There's learn spells. We'll keep it in our learn spells, but hey. Footage, Kana, Mermaids, not Botanist, Labyrinth again, and Shuttle. So time for the Salty Run back, but this time at Kana, and our actions being a lot more consistent. Again, I say that because Aaron, let's assume Aaron only has 5 effects that affect your action speed. It's more. And but among the ones that matter, like offensive actions in general, so on and so forth, as we cover a pack of cigarettes. But yeah, that means there's a 5% every investigation to proc it, and let's just assume that you only care about action speed for like the first half of the run. That means within about 14 investigations, the odds of you... I'd have to plug it into a calculator, but if I were to guess, it's about, like, a little worse than 50-50. So there's a 60% chance I'm eyeballing it with my brain. I swear that makes sense. But, yeah, there's a 60% chance that you get an action speed change as soon as it matters. Now, for talk about slower one, okay, then it will probably be 50-50. But you get the point. Our time multiplier during an errand run is not going to be consistent. Again, this is not positive, negative feedback or criticism. It's more just observations that I'm making, and it's certainly subjective. I'm looking at my police station and deciding what I want to do. Downtown, max threat level, never mind. For some reason, I didn't immediately react as soon as I saw that. That's just a turn your brain off decision. You really still, again, for those who don't know as much, you do want to... Gosh dang it. You do want to look at your investigations if you know your mysteries and make your... put your police patrols off of whatever that is. Even if it's a high threat level forest, because maybe you have botanist and footage in the same run, so putting the police patrols in a high threat level forest and lowering it to low means that you're probably going to take less penalty damage overall, unless of course you just pass every single check. But you're not always guaranteed that, because if I recall correctly, because my brain is melting right at the moment, on events where you only you are forced to take, say, a reason or stamina loss, I think you take penalty damage, right? So yeah, that's all I have to say at the moment as we wait for Akana. Wish I could throw these burnt notes away, but we can't do that immediately because during that screen specifically, you cannot do so. But yeah, off we go. I think I have the strength check, right? Am I going crazy? Either way, again, I would like to increase strength for Brace, but also for things. We don't have the strength check, so really I'm looking at Dexterity, and I'm pretty sure I'm taking... No, 3 stamina damage at least, because yeah, we can increase our Dexterity to 8. Whether we'll do so or not is a different story, but into Shuttle we go. Mermaids we can save for later. Probably for 4th, so we can get rid of the burns in the 5th mystery, which should be another town mystery. I forgot. But yeah. Yeah, so we're holding off. We're taking Labyrinth for later in an attempt to level up and get a perk that is worth something for me. At minimum, quick thinking, but I don't remember this character's perk pack, so shrug. No, low knowledge, so instead charisma, rolled a 12, so we're gonna fail no matter what. But I mean, it's good to start trying to remember, unlike what I would normally do. So I haven't seen a complete fail in a while. I'm pretty sure there's an effect. I don't remember how big the effect was. But as we proceed to fail checks and lose reason, we'll just take the doom here. Nope, that's stamina. I think it's doom though, right? No, I'm going crazy? Well, hey. Second sight, Dexterity. Because we have a possible Dexterity check, I want to do things. So don't disturb, take a curse, take Mind Wipe, and remove Mind Wipe, even though that's reason, and move on with our lives. Fetid Fume, so there go my rest. Keeping in mind we do have Kathak, so that really hurts us, but we gotta do the best of what we've got. I did take the figurine funds, and Labyrinth. So, yeah, Fetid Fume is gonna hurt a lot, actually, because even though I have the Gruesome Totem, that extra lacking 1 all healing on top of, not getting 2 stamina 2 reason, and only getting 1 stamina 1 reason, lowers your doom efficiency by a lot when resting, but if you have to, you have to. And boy, oh boy, do we have to. Essentially there, we lost 1 reason, so... Colt Diary -3, we can rest for 1 stamina, 1 reason, but Doom increases by 3, so... That's where I'm pulling the numbers from. Yeah, I was... really? Well, hey. We can't even use the Thotu Flame. I'm just gonna walk forward. I'm gonna go for the Tireless bonus. Even though I know I can't we skip this boss? Let's find out. Okay, well, we're gonna rest here because we need to. We're not gonna survive without it. Can I survive with 3 reason? I guess I'm going to remind myself right now. So, the alternative is probably to cast the Thotu Flame twice here. Will deal more damage like that than otherwise. But otherwise... Oh boy, we gotta hit 3 fire actions in a row. Can I brace into anything significant? I would like to trade off 4 stamina for 2 reason, but we don't get to... Oh, actually we can fire. So, we can't fire relatively efficiently. Hopefully I hit this, though. If I hit this, I think we're okay. We're not. Actually, no, we are. So... Throw to flame 1 more time and prep attack, or just prep straw. Nope, prep attack. And if I miss a 75%, well, that's the end of the run, I guess. But thankfully, we got out. Yeah, like again, if I did not have my fire action, literally had to be anywhere from the range of 10 to 40 time units to even survive that encounter. So. Yeah, that's the state of firearm weapons, and in fact, usually smaller firearms, not even rifles, but... Again, you could always just change the damage of, say, a custom item rifle to, like, 20, 30 damage. Even then, I don't even know if that'll be enough, but... You get what I'm trying to say at this point. So, probably should actually just take Survival Instinct, all things considered. Our reason seems like it's gonna drop, but Mermaids into footage. Yeah, I don't like footage, but we're entering our 4th mystery with 27% Doom. We should be doing relatively well. And let's try to use Survival Instinct. Again, Survival Instinct will fail you if you are taking events back to back to back. Because obviously... Oh, no. Taking encounters back to back to back. Because encounters can do all a reason damage, and so therefore having 2 reason or below will not help you at all. As I'm running into here. Thankfully, these enemies are not dealing any reason damage, but you get the point. And yes, encounter lockout does exist, but if you're zipping and zooping between 2 separate locations like I am, or just miss a bunch of attacks, shrug! RNG, I guess. So I guess I'll just see you in the next video. Aaron Colt Revolver for later.